Behold the mighty cockroach. Believed to have originated in the Silurian period over 350 million years ago, they can be found in every part of the world, from the tropics to the Arctic. There exists 4,000 known species, and in a year, a single female can produce over 500,000 descendants. Radiation doesn't kill them. By evolutionary standards, they are nearly flawless creatures, but creatures nevertheless. Possessing only a simple nervous system, their behavior is dictated solely by responses to environmental stimuli. Unlike us, they are incapable of thought, of self-illumination. Compared to the roach, we are gods and must therefore act accordingly.
Hello, and welcome to the eX-Files, a podcast where we're watching and discussing every episode of the eX-Files one by one, spoiler-free. This is no place for an entomologist. I'm Jenny Owen Youngs, ex-wife of Kristin Russo, and I grew up watching the eX-Files.
I honestly, that's like in my running for a t-shirt. This is no place for an entomologist.
I mean,
it's pretty good. I am Kristin Russo, ex-wife of Jenny Owen Youngs. My exoskeleton is made of metal, and I am hung like a club-tailed dragonfly.
Jesus.
I am watching the eX-Files for the very first time. And today we're talking about my favorite episode of the eX-Files to date.
Wow.
Season 3, episode 12, War of the Coprophages, which I thought was some fancy way of saying cockroach. It's not. We'll get into it.
Just checking. Are you pronouncing the P?
Coprophages?
No, it's coprophages.
Oh, coprophages. So that makes more sense that it doesn't mean cockroach. You see how I was like, wow, that's really close to cockroach.
Yes, I do see.
War. It's her favorite episode, and she knows the title. War of the Coprophages.
War of the Coprophages was written by Darren Morgan, directed by Kim Manners, and originally aired on January 5th, 1996. Imagine coming back to the show after a long holiday break to this episode.
Oh, this is the one where Jenny Owen Youngs did not write an episode summary, but I don't know that we need an episode summary. Let me see if I can give you the hits. This is the one where there's a lot of cockroaches. We learn what Scully does during the evening, and I cannot wait to give you the list. Dr. Bambi has entered the chat. And anything else notable? Are aliens actually cockroaches? Are cockroaches actually aliens? The question remains. The truth is out there, etc.
Yeah. What a wacky episode.
Yeah, it's a wacky episode, but it's fucking I just feel that it's perfect, near perfect, but like something I think needs to be near perfect to kind of be perfect, because if it's perfect, is it perfect? You know what I mean?
Okay, so just to check, you like this better than, and I'm going to list a few episodes. Squeeze, Tombs.
Yeah.
Ice.
Yeah.
Eve.
Ice, I would like to, like, I think that I need to rewatch Ice, but I'm pretty sure I like this better than Ice. And the other one that I would need to rewatch is, what's the Scully, not Under the Sea.
Oh,
that's
Beyond the Sea.
Beyond the Sea. Very different, obviously, but like, I think that one might do for me what this one did for me in different ways, which is just, I'm just so satisfied the whole time. Like lines that shouldn't land. You two look pooped. That line should not land. It should be so stupid. And it fucking lands. It's directed perfectly. It's edited so nicely. It like the whole thing. I'm not sure about the cockroach across the screen, but I kind of love it. So
Come on.
yeah, right? Like I just found every single beat of it to be tight, for lack of a better saying. You know, do I want to watch cockroaches crawl all over everything for 45 minutes? Not particularly, but
You didn't think so until you saw this episode.
until I saw this episode. This is also the one where I don't know if you've heard of a song that was written by and performed by Jenny Owen Youngs, but it's called Clean Break. And this is, so I didn't know a lot about the X-Files going into it, but I've been waiting for this episode for a long time because one of my only X-Files tidbits of knowledge came from the fact that for a long time, Jenny, when you would introduce the song Clean Break, which is about making a clean break from someone when you break up with them, you would talk about cockroaches crawling under your skin and having to like get, you know, like you would reference.
Yes, it's a powerful image that stuck with me into adulthood.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I told LaToya that I would give her timestamps of where she should look away. And I was like, I'm not going to give her timestamps for every time cockroaches are running around. But when the cockroaches enter that boy's arm, look away. I mean, it is like a horrific image. So I understand why it stuck with you. And I'm also glad that I've arrived to this
Welcome.
place after, I mean, as probably, I don't know. We've been making this podcast 10 years. So it's probably 15 years in the making that I've been like, what is Jenny talking about?
Yes, and now you know.
Now I know.
You know. Kristin, I have an important fact that I need to share with you and the listeners. Of the 300 real live cockroach performers who appear in this episode, only one died during filming, and it was of old age.
How old?
I don't know. I don't know any more details.
Oh my God. I've learned so much about cockroaches in the last like 48 hours. But actually, I don't know how long they live.
They have an average lifespan of about 1 year,
Oh.
give or take, depending on what type of cockroach, etc.
Yeah. I did learn that if you decapitate, in this episode, it is said that if you decapitate a cockroach, it'll continue to live and it'll just die of starvation. It's true.
I just don't feel like I need to know that.
All right. Well, I'm going to start for just one moment by talking a little bit about this article from Cracked. It's called The 5 Most Hated Creatures on the Planet, and then in parentheticals, don't deserve it. Because I feel like it's important to know a couple of things about cockroaches.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to straight up read some from the article because it is written well and I found it very interesting.
Okay.
Jumping in a paragraph in, the reason why cockroaches survive so well around your boxes of Twinkies is that for centuries, they were like our tiny, industrious little roommates. Cockroaches specifically adapted to share the nests of larger mammals, getting access to a continuous stream of food scraps, mold, mildew, and even the delicious eggs of more dangerous insects such as fleas, bedbugs, or lice. In return, us larger vertebrates are supposed to enjoy the free janitorial service and snack on the ones that don't run fast enough. For most of the animal kingdom, it's still a pretty sweet deal, but a few centuries back, we humans decided we could keep ourselves clean without an army of hungry bugs, and our former custodians became just another form of, quote, filth. And then it goes on to be like, and how filthy are these guys? If you live over an open sewer or keep decomposing corpses under your floorboards, then maybe a cockroach would be tracking in an occasional pathogen, but their habit of incessant cat-like grooming tends to rid them of contaminants long before they might scuttle over your ham sandwich. So that's just a couple snippets from this article, but I just love the idea because this is like, I kind of never kill a bug, though I have killed a cockroach or two. But like I never kill bugs in our house. If anything, I'll catch them and release them. But spiders, right? Like we've been told most of us that like you want the spiders. The spiders are gonna get the other bugs that you don't want. So keep the spiders and leave the cannoli or whatever.
Yes.
But this really seems like, at least at one point, like you kind of wanted like not an infestation of cockroaches, but you wanted a cockroach family or two around. I read a lot of other things, and like some cockroaches are like really close to, some species are like really close to as organized in terms of like their societal structures as ants. They're not like exactly there, but there's like communication and cooperation and all sorts of things like that. And some of the species have like familial structures, and there's like familial recognition, just like stuff that you don't think about when you think about cockroaches. And Jenny, you and I lived in New York City for a long time. Not that you have to live in New York to know about cockroaches, but like you know a lot about cockroaches when you live in New York City, because they're
around.
They're around. Pigeons and cockroaches and rats. Which one
Nature.
is there more of?
Nature's majesty.
Yeah. And to clear up, coprophage means a shit eater. That's not a verbatim translation, but you know, a guy that eats poop. And
Also, is it coprophage or is it coprophage?
I don't know. I'm saying cockrophage still, so.
Because you're thinking about cockroaches.
I know. But cockroach actually comes from the Spanish cucaracha, which on the internet tells me means cockroach.
Doesn't even.
But I think it means I think it originally meant beetle.
It's like bug.
Yeah, bug. But cockroaches do eat poop. They love poop. They eat their own poop. They eat other poop. It's so good. And you know what? You can hold two things at once.
Kristin, I gotta take the steering wheel back from you.
I just want to say you can hold two things at one time. You can eat poop and also be so clean all at the same time if you're a cockroach. Those two things are true.
So anyway, did you know a single female can produce over 500,000 descendants in 1 year? You would run out of names.
Talk
so quick.
about a single mom who works two jobs. Jesus
That's
Christ.
what I'm talking about.
Anyway, yeah, should we talk about the episode or just keep talking about cockroaches?
I think we could probably do both, but let's at least get started on the episode.
All right. We started you with a clip, which honestly, if you're going to name your pest control company Dr. Bugger, I'm probably going to hire you.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I love the branding with the little fucking bug on the back. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Because you feel like you can trust him because he's a doctor.
He's a doctor and he has a sense of humor. My two top favorite qualities in a human.
Totally.
This is Dr. Eckerly's basement. Now, when you're watching the episode for the first time, you're just like, this is some dude's basement. But actually, Dr. Eckerly is going to prove to be a very important character in the episode.
Yeah. And he just keeps popping up.
Imagine you're so this upset about bugs, but your whole entire business is a poop factory. I just feel like you could have chosen a better path, you know?
Also, what's up with this town? Every single thing is here.
Everything. Cockroach research, robotics research, poop research, all of it in this small town in Massachusetts.
Oh, boy.
Do you think that Dr. Bugger dies? He's the first victim of what?
Yeah, it seems like he starts choking on something and then he becomes covered in roaches, and then Dr. Eckerly comes in and is absolutely no help and just stands there watching. And then we get the credits and it's like, the bugs are out there.
Oh my God, I didn't even see it.
It's not. I made it up.
Oh, I was like,
we made that one up. It's totally false.
I would like to posit that maybe the cockroaches went for Dr. Bugger because he said an arrogant bitch, but in my mind, it was a smug bitch. He was like, you smug little bitch, and squirted him.
Okay. Elsewhere, Mulder is in his car at night, sitting and thinking.
Sitting and thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we get the first of a number of phone calls between Mulder and Scully. Scully is at home. The first thing we get to see her doing while they chat, Scully is cleaning her gun.
Which, as it turns out, is very similar to cleaning a baby bottle. Would you agree?
You know, I was not. You'd be better equipped right now to.
Come on.
I was looking at the gun. I wasn't looking at the cleaning.
You were. I see. You were. I was like, let me take you back to a time of small pipe cleaners. I'm sure you can remember. But she basically is like taking apart little pieces and then using tiny little pipe cleaner kind of scrubbers. And I was like, this is like a baby bottle cleaning session. Okay. When we get to the end of Scully, before Scully leaves to go and join Mulder, even though we're going to tell you what she's going to do, I really want the opportunity to read sequentially An Evening with Dana Scully.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can revisit this when we get to the last call.
Okay. I've highlighted each thing in purple so that I can easily scroll.
So what's a call like between these two when, there's nothing pressing to talk about?
Look, Scully, I know it's not your inclination, but did you ever look up into the night sky and feel certain that not only was something up there, but it was looking down on you at that exact same moment and was just as curious about you as you are about it?
Mulder, I think the only thing more fortuitous than the emergence of life on this planet is that through purely random laws of biological evolution, an intelligence as complex as ours ever emanated from it. The very idea of intelligent alien life is not only astronomically improbable, but at its most basic level, downright anti-Darwinian.
Scully, what are you wearing?
Do you feel like... Okay. But setting aside for a moment what this brings out of Mulder, do you feel like this is right? Do you feel like that it's less likely in a vast universe?
I was like, that Mulder said, Scully, what are you wearing? Yeah, I totally believe it.
No. Do you think that it is like the sort of like hard science approach, the hard science take, that it's far less likely or like very, very, very improbable that there is other intelligent life in the universe? Or do you think that this is off? Or do you think this was the 1996 science take and now into 2026 the hard science take is there must be something?
I think science takes are in conflict with each other. And I don't know because I don't have any science takes. But like my opinion or my guess would be that there are still people who are rooted in science and say what Scully is saying, and people who are rooted in science and are saying the exact opposite. Like, of course it had to happen, not just here, but I can see how many little complicated things had to happen to bring us to where we are in our evolution. And is that replicable, or is it like we shouldn't even be here? Like we're just this like wild anomaly kind of a deal, which is like kind of, this episode is great for so many reasons. And that's kind of like threaded throughout the episode as well, of like our sort of evolution. Was it good or bad? Like the doctor later is like, I programmed them to behave like insects, and Dr. Bambi, can't wait to meet her, is also like, insects are straightforward and simple. We still do the same fucking things that they do, but we just had to complicate it, like, So I don't know. I think I would imagine that there's some science rooted opinions like Scully's still 30 years later.
Okay.
Scientists, go off. hello@bufferingcast.com.
We'd love to hear.
So begins the Scully gotta go click. It's like if Mulder can't leave her in a dangerous situation, he's at least gonna hang up the phone on her.
Bare minimum, incoming hang up.
Also, Joanna Robinson left on red. I texted her in our group thread that contains me, Jenny, and Joanna, which is called Let's Go Bite Throats for the acronym LGBT. You're all welcome. And I said, Joanna, do you consider Fox Mulder a problematic fave? And she's still thinking about it.
She said no comment.
She said no comment. Okay. The sheriff walks into the field. The sheriff is everyone's dad, is my opinion on the sheriff. Oh, you talking to? Your drug dealer?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes. Yeah. A little concerning that the mention of insects makes this man reach for his gun.
do you think he's been shooting cockroaches?
I really hope not.
I guess
Only because I feel like cockroaches are so small that if he's shooting at cockroaches, the likelihood that he's hitting his intended target just feels so low.
so small.
He's pulled away in the middle of their conversation by another roach attack. Another roach attack?
And I will highlight this many times, but the delivery and the timing is just everything. Like, I'm hysterically laughing as this sheriff like pulls away and yells back to Mulder, another roach attack. It's so close to being so silly and only silly, but it's really funny. Oh, Scully number 2. Now, after cleaning her gun, actually, that's what I'll do. I'll just stack them like my former acting days. I'll build as we go. So first, Scully cleans her gun. Then she eats dinner on the floor while watching television. The dinner isn't on the floor. The dinner's on a plate. She's sitting on the floor.
She's sitting on the floor at her coffee table. I feel like that
Yes.
means something.
Yes. She's not holding the plate all willy-nilly.
Scully, I think you better get up here. It appears that cockroaches are mortally attacking people. I'm not going to ask you if you just said what I think you just said because I know it's what you just said.
Also, fucking rude Fox Mulder, but classic fucking Martha's Vineyard guy. These reports are coming from scientists, not some yahoos out in the boondocks. Fuck off, dude.
Sir?
I think that if you're like saying cockroaches killed people, then maybe you should be taken seriously regardless of your background. You don't need to be a scientist to witness such a thing.
Wow. Kristin said what she said.
Another comic, brilliant moment. Dr. Eckerly. I see. It's like an aside. It's like barely even in the episode. Dr. Eckerly. I see them every time I close my eyes. The sheriff. Try not to close your eyes. That's it. Just like fucking deadpan, moving along.
It hurts when I do this. Don't do that.
Scully says this one is probably anaphylactic shock.
Okay. I love I love the mechanism they keep using where something seemingly inexplicable happens and then Scully has an immediate scientific explanation for it that has evidence to back it up and, you know, a precedent from something that's gone on before right now.
Mm-hmm.
However, a couple things. She says it's called anaphylactic shock. Mulder, anaphylactic shock? Do you think Mulder has never heard of anaphylactic shock?
Mulder doesn't know what anaphylactic shock is, and Scully has no idea that there are time zones.
Yes, exactly. It felt of a piece with that.
Yeah.
And secondly, so the exterminator had an allergic reaction to cockroaches. We're going to assume that he's come into contact with cockroaches before right now, right?
Many times, yeah.
Or did he just get that shirt made?
Or can you... He bought it at the costume shop, needed a couple extra bucks and posed as a bug removal guy. I mean, they also sort of floated the... I doubt you can go... Well, can you go into anaphylactic shock from mushrooms?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Use Dr. Google.
Do you mean like...
Fungus.
Like any mushrooms?
Yeah.
Mushroom anaphylaxis is rare but severe and life-threatening.
Ha! Because they very specifically posited we have this new treatment for cockroaches that's fungal and it infects them all and blah, blah, blah. So maybe...
I don't think that he said the what he was using was fungal, but rather that it infects the insects like a fungus.
Oh.
Let's check the transcript. This is fun. This is good podcasting.
Fungal. No response.
We have a new pesticide that works like a fungus. It not only kills the infected roach, but that roach then spreads the disease to every other roach he comes into contact with.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if you want to believe it, make it that the new treatment, that's what he was
right.
allergic
It's something that he's allergic to.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what we're supposed... Well, no. Okay. What I would say is this episode is great, but also absolutely riddled with holes.
Oh my God, so many holes. But that, and like, I think therein lies a truth, which is that like, you don't necessarily, I mean, sure, there's always going to be people out there who are like, there's all these questions, like, fuck off, you need to fucking answer the questions. But I think the majority of people, myself included, like, if I am wholly entertained and having a blast, I'm not going to go like digging through the fucking script to be like, but you didn't do this and you didn't answer this and whatever. Like, I had fun, and that's like what I came here to do. So great.
Yes. I too had fun. Wait, did you rate this episode at the top?
Oh my God, no, I didn't. But this is my very first. Now, bear in mind, I only started ranking them like a handful of episodes ago. This is my very first. Hell yeah, no addendums.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Should we mark the calendar?
Yeah, probably. I should. I mean, here's the thing. My completionist mind is like, I should go back and watch them all again so I could rate them all. But I am not going back and watching them all again. Sorry.
Wow.
This is not my rewatch show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An episode or two, like I'll probably go back and watch Beyond the Sea, but I'm not going to watch them all. You know that feeling when you're like doing drugs and you turn to the person next to you and you say, it's your hoot.
What about that's some good crap?
And it is, right? They're like smoking some kind of like methane gas that's coming. Yeah. That they're like, so they established that like this town is full of, well, apparently everything, like we discussed. But one of the things it's full of is scientists. And so like I imagine that these kids are posited as like the kids of scientists because they have like their beer on like dry ice and like a canister.
Yeah, Jurassic Park beer.
Yeah. It reminded me of do you remember the movie Real Genius with Val Kilmer? Oh, have you ever seen it? Oh, it's so good. There's like a scene, they're in college, I think. And there's a scene where they're all nerds and they use dry ice in the hallways so they can like sled down the fucking hallways and shit. It reminded me of like that vibe of these kids who have knowledge of how to use things science-based and they use it for fun and recreation.
But nobody is smoking shit in that movie.
No one smoked shit to my memory.
Missed opportunity.
In that
Their loss.
movie. Yeah. So the dude is like the kid who's going to eventually try to cut the cockroaches out of his body is like, you got to try this. It expands your mind. And the girl who like, honestly, I feel like is probably
the 35-year-old teen.
They were like, just put her in pigtails. It's fine.
Yeah. Ages you right down.
This is why I'm always hesitant these days to wear pigtails. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I may have aged out. Anyway, she's playing like she took me out for a second, A, because she's 35, and B, because I feel like she's playing like Gilda Radner on Saturday Night Live, playing a teen.
Yes.
It's more than my mind. Do you know the skit with fucking Bill Murray? It's like Bill Murray and Gilda Radner, and they're both nerds, and like, they're whatever. It's a hilarious skit. Go back and watch it. But it's very Gilda Radner in that recurring bit where she's like, I think it's more than my mind that you're interested in expanding.
Sorry, is the premise of the sketch that they're two nerds trying to talk dirty to each other, but
so their parents are Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin, and the skit that I know the most is they're like going to the dance together, and so Bill Murray comes over and he's like snorting and laughing and saying very inappropriate things, and Gilda Radner is like also chuckling and being like, "Get out of here! You're blah blah blah." Like it's not that they're trying to talk dirty to each other, but it is that they're trying to flirt with each other, but also they're huge nerds.
But so are they saying like really scientific things that could be? They're just nerds.
They're just nerds.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're not saying this. She's not saying anything scientific. She's just being a nerd and like being like, you're interested in expanding more than my mind.
Right. Okay.
Jenny, like fucking cross-examination.
I'm just trying to understand the full context, having no familiarity with the sketch to see like how much overlap is there.
Don't worry, I'll link it in our show notes and then you can watch it.
Perfect. I love our show notes.
Okay, so all
Ultimate
of that hopefully
horror
distracted you from what happens next.
Ultimate horror. No one wants to see it.
No. If you listen to our episode before you watch, when the kid says, you see reality as it really exists, look away. Look away until the end of the scene.
Look away and call your partner on the phone who is at home giving her dog a flea bath in the kitchen sink.
I'm right. Even the dog gets a bath before Dana.
Wow. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so Kristin, can you run down where we're at with the call activities?
So I was like, we're not done, Jenny.
For stacking?
For stacking. So first you clean your gun. Then you eat your dinner, watching television, sitting at your coffee table on the floor. Then you give your dog a bath.
Yes. This dog still doesn't have a name that's been revealed to us.
I love my wife and I love my child. But watching Dana Scully go through her single lady at home evening routine, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that.
You're like, if only I could get back some private time to clean my gun.
Yeah. I haven't cleaned my gun in 18 months. Shout out to Die Flea Die, the bug spray branding.
Die Flea Die, and then later Die Bug Die.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize that it changed for the gas station.
It's just two products from the same brand.
Brand very strong.
Die. Immediately, as soon as Mulder tells her what's happening, she's like, "Whoa, was there any evidence of drug use at the scene?" Because there's a psychotic order associated with some forms of drug abuse, where the abuser suffers from delusions that insects are infesting their epidermis. It's called Ekbom syndrome. I really love that Darren Morgan apparently just keeps a notebook of like random weird shit. And then when he has enough things, he's like, oh, I'm ready to write an episode. And I can just get it all in there. Also, what's Scully say to Mulder? Delusions that insects are infesting their epidermis.
Probably.
Epidermis?
Probably not, but she is a medical.
Mulder and Scully are not epidermis friends. They are skin friends.
Also, the dog, she's like, stay. And I'm like, clearly this woman has never owned a dog before. You can't tell it. You can barely tell a dog to stay, but you certainly can't tell most dogs to stay in the bath while you...
You know who's really good at staying in the bath?
Frank. I feel like one time Frank got left in the bath for too long, and that in my memory, like you like had to go do something with Aldrich and you were like, Frank's still in the bath. He was like getting a flea treatment or something. I don't know.
This sounds
wrong.
Made up.
Okay.
This sounds like an episode, an X-Files spec script you were writing.
Anyway, the dog is not in the sink when Scully turns back around.
Classic dog.
And meanwhile, Mulder sees a roach. Jenny, my daughter goes to daycare. When the daycare teachers change children's diapers, they put on gloves. This man has never met a fucking latex glove in his life. He's just touching.
He puts crime scene blood in his mouth, Kristin. Or you expect him to put on a glove to touch a roach?
He's like rubbing this thing between his fingers like, it seems to be metal. I'm like, dude, 2 people have allegedly died, maybe related to cockroaches. Do you want to not rub its metal exoskeleton into your epidermis?
He simply, your epidermis. He simply can't help himself. I wish my exoskeleton was made of metal.
Well, you picked the wrong way to introduce yourself at the top of the episode.
Aye.
Okay, this doctor. The funniest thing, so death by cockroach, ? Includes the exterminator, includes the kid who was high. Now will include the town doctor.
Medical examiner.
Oh, medical examiner. Okay. I thought he was maybe both. My favorite part about this is that he is like asking Mulder, what's going on? Should I evacuate? Like, tell me what I need to know. Mulder's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, after talking to Fox Mulder, I feel constipated. But then I thought he was just like being facetious, and then he's just in the bathroom reading a magazine after that. Like, what?
I want to say a couple things. First, retroactively, I want to say I feel like all medical examiners are doctors, but not all doctors are medical examiners.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. You have to be a doctor to become a medical examiner.
That would be my assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just feel like roaches shouldn't be allowed in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Except this one little jaunty roach on the toilet paper roll. Now that's entertainment.
I'm really trying to not tell roach stories related to my own life because I lived in the city for the better part of 20 years. So like I have a lot of different.
Don't we have enough roaches to discuss today?
But it's really hard. I'm like, oh, remember that time when? Oh, remember that other time? But I'm going to keep that. If you'd like a bonus podcast on all of my cockroach interactions, you can just request that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure those requests are about to come flooding in. More roach content. Yay, roaches. Kristin.
Yeah.
Can I give you some behind the scenes roach info?
Yeah.
So apparently this was a frustrating episode for Kim Manners to shoot because the roaches were doing their best, but they were cockroaches. So, they weren't great at hitting their marks. Or following commands. And during specifically this toilet scene section of the episode, Kim Manners got infuriated and stuck his head into the bucket the cockroaches were being kept in and told them what he wanted them to do. And when they went back to shoot the scene over again, the cockroaches did exactly what he wanted. So maybe they're smarter than Bambi gives them credit for.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, that's amazing. I hope somewhere someone has a photo of Kim Manners directing the cockroaches.
That would be nice.
Okay. So I think I was going to ask you if you would rather, but I don't want to have to imagine it. I was going to ask you if
Let's just not.
Let's just not. The sheriff is like, oh, you don't know about the government stuff going on. There's always government stuff going on here. And all you need is an FBI badge and you're going to find out about it. A couple of months ago, an agent claiming this is really funny when then you also know it's Bambi because like an agent claiming to be from the Department of Agriculture sets up across town. Do you think he says that because it's Bambi and Buffy the Vampire Slayer doesn't exist yet, so he doesn't understand that you can actually be petite and also a scientist / vampire slayer?
Yeah. Yes.
Nobody knows exactly what's going on out there. It's top secret, very hush hush. He thinks maybe the government is making some kind of killer roach. Mulder's like, yeah, sheriff's on my team.
Yeah, totally. Meanwhile, the medical examiner dies in the bathroom. And Mulder tries to capture a sink roach, which is just when they first see it, it's just laying on its back, pretending to be dead, ?
Mm-hmm. They do that.
They do?
I mean, I don't know, but okay, actually my memory that's associated with
making
this one
stuff up
is from a locust that was 100% pretending to be dead. And I was like 5 and I had pebbles in a bucket and I was throwing the pebbles at the dead locust. And my mom was like, you should not do that. You should not do that. And I remember like 4 things from my childhood. And one of them is that locust flipping over on its fucking belly, looking me in my eyes, and then zooming at my face. I threw the bucket and the pebbles went everywhere.
I
must
not tempt
my dad
the locust.
My dad once told me that and my uncle had tried to catch a cockroach and found it standing on its hind legs up against the leg of a table, hiding. So,
like smushing itself.
Yeah, like pressed up against the table leg. So, just saying.
Okay.
Is it lore? Is it real? I'm just saying. I believe a cockroach might play dead.
Okay. Well, clearly this show believes the same.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the Shadow Dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon, with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.
From the parents behind Law & Order comes a mystery the whole family can enjoy. Patrick Picklebottom Everyday Mysteries. Step into the whimsical world of Patrick Picklebottom, a precocious 11-year-old with a love for reading and an uncanny ability to solve mysteries. Inspired by the beloved children's book of the same name, this podcast vividly brings Patrick's tales of deduction and everyday adventures to life as he unravels baffling enigmas and solves clever cases. Patrick Picklebottom Everyday Mysteries is perfect for kids and is just as entertaining for grown-ups who love a good mystery. The whole family can listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
The Tudors were probably the most scandalous dynasty in British history. Names like Henry VIII and Bloody Mary are still known today. This season on Vulgar History, we're spilling the historical tea on the messy Tudor era. We'll get into the Anne Boleyn of it all, figure out who really wrote Shakespeare's plays. Was Elizabeth really a virgin queen? And why was Henry VIII the f***ing worst? Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts.
Mulder calls Scully for a fourth time.
She cleans her gun. She eats dinner sitting on the floor watching television at her coffee table. She gives her dog a bath. She reads Breakfast at Tiffany's in her armchair.
With a fire blazing in the fireplace.
Do you think her and Angel would get along?
I don't, actually.
Yeah. Their only things in common is they like reading by the fire.
Apparently, yes. Apparently, the choice, it's just ongoing Darren Morgan roasts David Duchovny. The choice of Breakfast at Tiffany's was because David Duchovny had just been on Celebrity Jeopardy and answered a question about this novel incorrectly, and it cost him the game.
Oh my God, I love it. Because I have not read Breakfast at Tiffany's, and I definitely went to the wiki just to be like, what's this about? Is there a reason why this was here? And I was sort of like, I don't think so. But there it is. Something you can't find on Wikipedia. Who died now? I'm going to answer the phone like that every time you call from now on.
I like that. I look forward to it.
Yeah, until the day someone actually does die, and then I'm really going to have to put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah, that'll teach you.
Okay, she's like, is one of his eyes fucking bloodshot and the pupil less dilated or more dilated? And he's like, actually, yeah. And he said, brain aneurysm. You can pop a brain aneurysm from straining too hard. Let that be a lesson to ye all constipated listeners.
Just really chilling material. And and he's like, well, what about the cockroaches? And she's like, well, did you catch any? Shamefacedly, he must admit that no, he did not.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about the fact that he picks it up, it's alive, and he fucking drops it because he's scared of bugs. He hates a bug. All right, are you ready for the full list of what Dana Scully does?
This is what I've been waiting for my whole life, but also there is a sixth call.
Yeah, but the sixth call, she is packing her bags because she's already learned about.
The sixth call, she's actually in bed sleeping.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for the final then.
All right.
For now, we know Dana Scully cleans her gun. Dana Scully eats dinner while watching television. Dana Scully gives her dog a bath. Dana Scully reads Breakfast at Tiffany's in her armchair. And then Dana Scully eats Edie's ice cream from the container while doing some computer research.
My God.
What a night. This is a dream night.
Yeah, she's really getting a lot done.
Looking irate.
And fielding repeated calls from her partner.
looking wildly hot in her glasses, talking about this particular kind of cockroach that was found in Asia is my first note. I will give you a spoiler warning for my future notes. I believe that by the end of this episode, I referred to Dana Scully as the hottest woman in the world.
Yeah, I mean... Okay, so maybe she posits it's the introduction of a new species of cockroach to the U.S. And by the way, Mulder, you're not thinking about trespassing on government property again, are you? And he's like, well, I'm not thinking about it anymore because I'm actively doing it.
So he goes into this fucking house that's like, talk about House of Horrors. Word to carnivals. You should replace your fucking House of Horrors. Forget the mirrors. Just put cockroaches everywhere.
Walls full of cockroaches. Walls rippling with cockroaches.
Yeah, I'm glad you said rippling because that is really gonna stick with me.
Simply not what I want to see.
His flashlight goes out. Cockroaches are everywhere.
Oh my
He's
God.
still on the phone with Dana. The light turns on, revealing what we know to be Bambi standing at the door, though we don't see Bambi yet. He says, gotta go, and gives the steamiest flirt eyes, despite the fact that he is literally covered in cockroaches. I love it.
Kristin, I tried to find what it was that I asked you way back in season 1, I think, that was meant to be about this episode / Bambi.
You asked me what profession I thought Bambi had. I'm pretty sure.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, and I was like, clearly she's a stripper, obviously.
Wow, I'm so glad you have such a clear memory of this. I could not find it in my notes anywhere.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that you gave me, I think you might have given me a list of a few names.
Okay.
And maybe you asked me which one was on. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that I was like, clearly Bambi is either a stripper or a sex worker or like something. I will tell you what I didn't say. Entomologist. Jenny, this actress is Bobby Phillips, and the most exciting fact that I learned about Bobby Phillips is that she was also on an episode of Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, that's true.
How did David Duchovny and Bobby Phillips sleep together? Probably.
I would, if I had to put $5 down, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
He's like, let me ask you something. What's a woman like you doing in a place like this?
Hard cut to Scully pouting at her phone because Mulder has hung up on her once again. She doesn't even know why yet.
She's so upset.
Also, Bobby Phillips, full on Julie Benz voice. They have the same like Disney princess voice going on.
Yeah, Disney princess who smokes, I feel like.
I think you're just laying on the like you might be in a porn right now to her voice. I don't even know if it's raspy or if that's just like a layer of something else. Jenny, do you remember when we went to Acadia National Park and we got to the entrance and we were in the car and you like have to pay a fee or whatever. So there's a park ranger there and we looked and saw a park ranger that was the most beautiful woman we had ever seen.
Yes.
I wrote.
We were like, who is she?
I think about her still. It was like literally a million years ago.
Well, it's only a short drive for me now. I should go check it out.
It was like we were in a porn for like 15 seconds. She looked like she was wearing the park ranger outfit because she had something else on underneath. Like, it did not seem real. Anyway, that's Bambi to me.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Where you're like, ma'am, are you an entomologist or are you pretending to be one?
Are you just happy to see me?
Yeah.
Kristin, most cockroaches have been known to wash themselves after being touched by humans. Same. Relatable.
Same with cats. Every time I fucking touch my cats, they're like, ew, gross. Okay. We're in Bambi's office. She is telling Mulder about her pet project. Okay, she's an entomologist by day, but by night, she's interested in the fact that since an insect's exoskeleton is a dielectric, literally the table knocked over because of Mulder's boner, surrounding the conductive medium of its body fluid. When introduced into an electrical field, a brushed discharge will result in a colored flare. So she thinks that UFO sightings are actually just groupings of insects or cockroaches or other things that have this like quality in their exoskeleton. And she says something like, I don't know if you have any thoughts about
UFOs, table flips. Let's actually listen to this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's my theory that UFOs are actually insect swarms. I don't know if you know anything about UFOs, but all the characteristics of a typical sighting are shared with nocturnal insects swarming through an electrical airfield. The sudden appearance of a color glowing light hovering in the night sky, moving in a non-mechanical manner, possibly humming, creating interference with radio and television signals, then suddenly disappearing.
As nocturnal insect swarms, it's fascinating.
Everything about insects is fascinating. They are truly remarkable creatures. So beautiful and so honest.
Honest?
Eat, sleep, defecate, procreate. That's all they do. That's all we do, but at least insects don't kid themselves that it's anything more than that. Does my scientific detachment disturb you?
No, actually, I find it quite refreshing. Not now.
Okay, Kristin, the lies are piling up. Mulder is like, bugs are so interesting because he wants to kiss Bambi. I find your scientific detachment refreshing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Dana Scully would like a word.
Yeah.
I think we need to start being honest with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
I'm
agree.
done yelling.
I'm Team Jenny. Fuck this, sir. I also think that this is David Duchovny's best performance, one of his best performances in the show. The way that he like looks at her this entire scene, and it's really good. It's good.
Yeah. Remember when his ex showed up by
Putting a tape.
leaving a cassette in his car that was like a threat?
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's a real sordid history. Okay, so now we get a scene. Nowhere in the motel. Dr. Eckerly is staying at the motel. Mulder is staying at the motel. One of them is shirtless. Can you guess which one? And then there's this man laying in his bed watching the news. I didn't like... something that I noticed that I didn't like is that, like, we have the pest guy who gets attacked by cockroaches, the doctor who's like using the bathroom, the kid who's getting high, but then like the one scene where there's like a person laying in bed and they kind of suggest like filth in a way by like panning to his toes, and like there's just something about it, and it's like the only darker skinned man in that collection of people. So it just rubbed a little wrong for me because I feel like we don't see a lot of folks of color in the show. And then like this scene in particular just felt like some kind of stereotype vibe that I didn't like. Do you think that you would stay calm, Jenny, if you're watching the news and the news reporter says, if you see any roaches, don't panic. Simply notify the local authorities and leave? I think I would be a little worried.
I would simply leave before I would have the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not going to see the roach. I'm not going to call the authorities. I'm going to just leave.
I have somewhere else to be.
Yeah. So in the former scene with Bambi, she said a couple of things, one of which was that sometimes roaches can crawl into your ear or your nose.
No.
I'm sorry. I have to bring it up only because Mulder's in bed. He can't sleep. And he like gets up from bed and is like, blah, on his nose because he's clearly still thinking about that.
Oh, God.
He thinks, oh, maybe I should fucking call Scully back. You fucking fuck, dude. She answers immediately, Mulder, are you okay? This is when I was like, Joanna Robinson is Fox Mulder problematic babe because he seems problematic, at least.
She wakes up from, we imagine, a deep sleep. The first thing on her mind is Mulder okay?
Yeah. Mulder's like, did you know that the ancient Egyptians worshipped the scarab beetle and blah, 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 blah? And then he's like, Bambi also has this theory I've never come across. Scully says, who? Mulder, Dr. Berenbaum. Anyway, her theory is her name is Bambi. Yes, both of her parents were naturalists.
Oh my God.
It's just so silly. Also, Scully, before that exchange, was like, the doctor is a she? She's fully in the fucking riddle.
Did you ever notice, Kristin, how a praying mantis's head resembles an alien's head? You ever think about that? You ever just be sitting and thinking and think about that?
I have an alien's head bolded. And my question is, when have you seen an alien head? But then actually I rewound the footage and realized actually these two have seen a handful of alien heads. But are they alien heads or are they alien heads manufactured by the government to look like a praying mantis because that's what we think aliens look like?
Unanswered questions.
I can guarantee you that even after the reboot of this show comes to a close, they will still be unanswered. That's my theory. Mulder explains to Scully that he's afraid of bugs. Now, here's why these two are in love, is because for Bambi, he's posturing. He's like that bird that like does that dance or whatever, you know?
Oh, yes.
But for Scully, he's like, I'm afraid of bugs. He says he saw a praying mantis and he saw a stick that he saw something he thought was a stick and it wasn't a stick and he screamed, but it wasn't a girly scream. The last thing Scully says is, Mulder, are you sure it wasn't a girly scream? If every episode could be like this one, I would be having as much fun as I'm having watching Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, man. Okay. Their call is interrupted by a man's scream. And shirtless Mulder comes ripping down the hall, finding yet another corpse briefly covered in roaches. It's terrible.
But it's not covered in roaches by the time he gets there. It's like
right.
Eckerly sees the roaches, but that by the time Mulder is there, they're all gone. Why? No one knows. Is there a roach with a metal exoskeleton or is it just a regular roach? No one knows. We're never going to tell you. That's not the point.
It's not our business.
Okay. Scully. Now, I will just remind you that every time Mulder has called Scully to tell her this crazy shit is happening, she's been like, actually, it's this. Gotta go. Actually, it's this. Stop hanging up on me. Actually, it's this. Then on the last call, Mulder said, I've been talking to a doctor who is surprisingly a woman. Her name is Bambi. Cut to Scully packing. And then Mulder's like, actually, I think you're right. And she's like, it's definitely the cockroaches. I have to get there right now.
Yes. And she better hurry because Mulder and Bambi are cheek to cheek at the bug magnifier.
This is the you both reach for the popcorn at the same time, but for scientists, you know? Yeah. That feeling when you both go to look at the microscope at the same time.
Yes, totally. So that you can discover this roach is hung like a club-tailed dragonfly.
All right, so maybe the insect is a robot. So Bambi's like, yo, guess what else is happening in this town? The lead scientist making robots, or whoever this guy is, conveniently is at the Institute of Robotics here in Massachusetts in this very town.
Okay, couple things. Mm-hmm. Mulder pops over to say, hey, Dr. Ivanov's robot is cute. I want to be friends with it.
Yeah.
And then I need to just share with you a quote of something that Dr. Ivanov says that we'll need to come back to all the way at the end of the episode. He says, then the interplanetary explorers of alien civilizations will likely be mechanical in nature. Yes, anyone who thinks alien visitation will come not in the form of robots, but of living beings with big eyes and gray skin. has been brainwashed by too much science fiction. Okay, hold that in your mind. We'll come back to it.
Great. He's been hired by NASA. They want him to build a robot to explore space, which, I mean, technically has happened, right? The little rovers, those cute-ass little rover guys, they must have found a renewable energy source that could power them up for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is also, I found this a bit interesting. I don't know a lot about current AI because it creeps me out for the most part. But I also thought everything that I've heard about of the current AI, the rise of AI is trying to replicate the human brain. So I thought this was interesting that this doctor is that's where they're going wrong. You need to actually try to replicate a simpler, more straightforward brain if you want it to then adapt and what have you. So also the robot has a crush on
Mulder.
Mulder. Who doesn't? Me, I don't.
Okay. So Mulder shows Ivanov the roach legs that he pulled out of that roach trap. This is the same roach that he and Bambi were observing, the one that's hung.
Yeah,
like a club-tailed dragonfly. But actually, it's not genitalia that she's looking at, right? It's like a processor, a microprocessor.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mulder shares this sample with Ivanov, and he's basically made kind of speechless after he looks at it under the magnifying glass.
Yeah, he's finally, fuck.
Yeah, when he's finally able to comment, he says it's beyond his comprehension. And then a roach crawls across the frame, not across the camera lens, but just across your television screen diagonally.
It got me.
I feel like in this episode,
it got
why
me.
not?
And you know what? That also positioning those, the first time I watched it, I think was on my laptop. And so I'm vulnerable. I'm in bed. It's a small thing. The laptop.
Totally.
And I was bah! And then I was ha, got me. But 30 years ago, you're in your living room watching your your tube TV. That's good. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good. Also, Kristin, my mouse just errantly hovered over our Zoom window, and I saw that you also titled our Zoom chat right now, War of the Coprophages.
Sorry.
Nothing if not consistent. Okay. As she approaches town, Scully stops at a convenience store looking for a road map. This convenience store is getting absolutely pillaged. People are taking water bottles, fireworks, bug spray, and one particular Navyman is taking pantyhose.
Chocolate and pantyhose, specifically.
Excuse me. Chocolate and pantyhose.
I found a little Reddit thread on this because I was like, why? And the best guess was that in World War II, there was a shortage of pantyhose and chocolate. So this was just a little, as though there wasn't enough already crammed into this episode. That's another little tidbit. Well, let's talk about a few things. I know you want to talk about this car crash.
Oh, yes. This car crash we've been waiting 2.5 seasons for. The car crash that happens behind Dana Scully as she enters is a real accidental car crash.
Yeah, it's obviously it's the stunt dudes or whatever. It's right. It's on set, but the crash wasn't supposed to happen. And I was reading, I think, a transcript of a more recent interview that she did, that Gillian Anderson did with Jimmy Kimmel, who's apparently a huge X-Files fan. And she confirmed that the car crash was not intended to happen, and also that she thinks that the guy that runs into her right after that also was an accident. He wasn't supposed to run into her. So just chaos.
Yeah. Well, they're really, it's effective.
Yeah.
Even if accidental.
Great.
One guy is like, we're all going to be bleeding from our nipples. Is that real?
I didn't look it up, but it sounds like, given its placement in the show, I would imagine that it was one of the extreme, people are like, Ebola virus, it'll do this, it'll do that. That's my guess, but I didn't want to look up.
Do you want to destroy your search history?
It's already destroyed, but I got to set my own limits just for my peace of mind.
Totally.
Also, before that guy, there's a lady that's like, haven't you heard about the roaches? They're devouring people whole. And Dana Scully's face, Gillian Anderson's face, their performances in this episode are truly epic. I would like to say that as someone who has recently, within the last 6 years, gone through a global pandemic, I did not find this to be the general energy. There were shortages. We thought we were going to die. And I feel like for the most part, people were actually more kind and generous than this.
I think the major difference is that there are roaches involved. It's serious. Like there's something
I know.
about, like, it's been speculated that our reflexive, like, revulsion and sometimes fear towards roaches and other insects comes from a time in our cellular history when we were amoebic and smaller than a roach.
Right.
That it's something that's just in our DNA from many evolutions ago that has just lingered. And I think there's something that creates a reflex of active fear and avoidance in things that involve roaches versus, like, you get sick.
Right. The creepy.
Now, if it was you get sick because your epidermis is infested with roaches, now we're talking.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Dana Scully says, calm the fuck down. She just is like, I've had it. She pulls out her FBI badge for no reason at all, except to be like, I'm from the FBI and everybody get your shit together.
Yeah, yes.
And where are the goddamn road maps?
Yeah.
People are calm for like half a second until two women reach for the same can of dye bug dye. They fight. They fall into a display of milk duds. Milk duds fly everywhere. Everyone screams. They think it's roaches.
Oh, yeah.
They're gone. Dana Scully bends down, looks at the milk duds, grabs a box, takes one out, and eats it. Here it is. She is the sexiest woman alive.
That was what tipped you?
Yeah, I think I get even more emphatic about it when she then pops another milk dud in her mouth as she's discussing cockroaches over the phone with Mulder. But it's the milk duds for me. It's the milk duds with the history of bucket of ice cream, ribs on her face.
Oh, yeah. Fried chicken.
Bucket of chicken. Like it needed the build up to get to here, but
it's an accumulation.
Yeah.
Okay, so reveal, Dr. Eckerly has been importing dung from other countries. Check with your doctor, Bambi, Scully urges. But roaches, I think, are dung eaters. Yes, they are.
Check with your Dr. Bambi. Also, Mulder has found another roach while drinking whiskey with Dr. Ivanov. And this feels important to me mostly because there's a POV cockroach shot.
Oh, yep.
Looking at Mulder where he's like, he just looks into the cockroach's eye and says, greetings from planet Earth. Dude. This is, we didn't say, but War of the Coprophages is sort of like a spin on War of the Worlds, which I've never read nor seen. Have you?
No.
It feels really important. I was reading a little bit about it, and it's like a foundational. I mean, it is like, I think the first or one of the, I think it is the first like written sci-fi aliens take over planet Earth situation. And it aired like a radio broadcast, I think in the 30s, in the late 30s. And it like caused complete bedlam because people were like, this is real. This is like happening. And I think that we should probably know about it. Maybe we can do something in the fall or the winter where we familiarize ourselves with either the text or a film or
Hot alien winter.
Yeah, hot alien winter. Perfect. They probably are so cold in the winter. I've never seen an alien wearing a coat.
Maybe they don't. Like maybe they're above temperature.
That's actually blubber.
I mean, maybe their system just like doesn't interact with temperature. Like maybe they have no perception or experience of it.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool. You already talked about this scene because you said that Scully says, confirm this with your Dr. Bambi. But my location for that is at Dr. Bambi's, this roach has a normal penis. So that's where I'm at in my...
Oh, man. Yeah, well, and thank God for small miracles. Kristin, why do you think Eckerly would hide out? If he is so unsettled by insects, why would he hang out in his roach-infested dung factory?
It's really...
Why? Sir, leave town.
Yeah, like, sir, the roaches aren't following you. You're following the roaches.
Honestly, yeah, why are you so obsessed with them?
Yeah. Oh, this location, as you may have guessed, is Poop Factory.
So Mulder and Bambi pull up and he barks the car and he's like, stay here. I'm going to go make sure it's safe. He disappears inside shortly thereafter. Has Mulder ever made sure something was safe before Scully went in? No. And actually, that is perhaps a sign of love.
Yeah. But also he does leave Bambi alone in the car. Like he still does leave her alone.
Not great. Okay. So, and then Scully pulls up right next to her. Let me guess. Bambi?
I just love it so much. Fox told me to wait. Like also even the way that this actress plays Bambi just like lands so well.
So good.
Fox told me to wait out here. Should I come with you? And Scully is like, no. And then your favorite line in the episode.
This is no place for an entomologist. She's also like, who's Fox?
Also, she's like cocking her fucking gun as she says, this is no place for an entomologist. Shut up.
Yes.
Also, inside, Dr. Eckerly is shooting his gun, and Mulder is like, sir, the whole place is full of methane gas. If you could just maybe not shoot your gun, we might live.
Yes.
It's going okay. The de-escalation is going okay between Mulder and Eckerly. Eckerly's like, have I lost my mind? Mulder's like, no, you've just had a really hard day. Your judgment is just a little clouded. Oh, no. Eckerly is like, it is? Then how do I know you're not a cockroach?
Oh, God.
Then Scully calls Mulder because, of course, she does. His phone rings, sounding way too much like a fucking cockroach chirp. Eckerly is like, you are a cockroach, and shoots his gun.
No.
It blows the fucking top off of a methane tank or something, and the whole place is going to blow. They run. Mulder says, get down. And everyone outside the car, a.k.a. Mulder and Scully, get covered in poop. Bambi stays clean inside the car. Eckerly?
Crap, says Mulder.
Eckerly is dead. Eckerly is...
They're not even going to be able to recover his remains. What?
He exploded with a bunch of shit. How are you going to find that?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess, okay.
I just think there is no singular way that I can like pinpoint why it works so well, but it does. It shouldn't. It like shouldn't, you know? But it does.
Bambi pulls Dr. Ivanov for a chat so they can talk about roaches and Planet of the Apes. Somehow we missed the like recurring, hey, isn't that what so-and-so says to so-and-so in Planet of the Apes? That happens here again at the end. And then here's where you can pull that pin out from earlier. As they stroll away together and they're talking, Dr. Ivanov says, I just love science fiction to appease Bambi when we know from earlier that he thinks science fiction is corrupting brain rot.
But maybe he was just saying that, like, maybe he loves science fiction but understands the fiction part, and he is just saying...
I don't think so. I think the message is... men want to lie to Bambi. Men will tell Bambi whatever they think she wants to hear.
Honestly, Dr. Ivanov does not need to lie to Bambi. Bambi is all in.
She's about it.
Scully. Okay, so Scully and Mulder left at the end of the episode covered in shit. And
Hate to see it.
Mulder's watching Bambi walk off, heart eyes with Dr. Ivanov. And Scully says, well, think of it this way, Mulder. By the time there's another invasion of artificially intelligent, dung-eating robotic probes from outer space, maybe their Uber children will have devised a way to save our planet. Mulder, you know, I never thought I'd say this to you, Scully, but you smell bad.
Just uncalled for, you know?
Now, I would like for you, if you did not catch this, I would like for you to go back and watch it, Jenny, because they're standing under an umbrella. It's like raining during this scene, and they're standing under an umbrella together. And Mulder says, you know, I never thought I'd say this, but you smell bad. And then he walks away. But before he walks away, he does a little lean towards Scully, and then he walks away. Like a lean in for, I might kiss you now. Like there's a moment, and I was like, did I imagine that moment? And so I went back and I watched it again, and he 100% leans towards her. Now, I don't know, it's not written in the transcript even. So like, I don't know if it was like, you know how David Boreanaz and would like prank Sarah Michelle Gellar? Like, was it just like a impromptu thing that David did to Jillian? So just go back and watch that.
All right.
My last, would you like to know the location for the last scene in my notes?
Yes, please.
Mulder taking his little notes.
Oh, man. We close how we opened with one person saying a lot of stuff eloquently. Can I read this to you?
Sure. I didn't put any of it in my notes, so that's how much it meant to me.
Jeez. Well, I think there's something interesting and current.
Okay, yeah.
In a thread of current activity in here. The development of our cerebral cortex has been the greatest achievement of the evolutionary processes. Big deal. While allowing us the thrills of intellect and the pangs of self-consciousness, it is all too often overruled by our inner instinctive brain, the one that tells us to react, not reflect, to run rather than ruminate. Maybe we have gone as far as we can go, and the next advance, whatever that may be, will be made by beings we create ourselves using our own technology. Life forms we can design and program, not to be ultimately governed and constricted by the rules of survival. Or perhaps that step forward has already been achieved on another planet by organisms that had 1 billion years head start on us. If these beings ever visited us, would we recognize what we are seeing? And upon catching sight of us, would they react in anything but horror at seeing such mindless, primitive, hideous creatures? This is when he sees this wild roach, the white cockroach.
This roach is way too...
This is a rainforest cockroach, is it not? This is a tropical climate cockroach.
Yeah, it's
right.
It's called a white cockroach, and like I looked that up, and actually a white cockroach, when you look that up, is just a cockroach that is like in its early stages and doesn't have its little shell or whatever. This is not that. This is straight from a rainforest. I agree with you. Like,
right? If you're an entomologist, we urge you to reconsider, because this, as we've stated, is no place for an entomologist. But if you have intel on the particular roach performer we're seeing here, we'd love to know from where it hails.
I think that you and I are our own kind of roach experts. And I'm going to tell you that as someone who has wrestled with many a roach, if I saw this roach, I would be moving out of my home.
Yeah, I would be.
You don't kill. First of all, you don't kill a roach half this size with a big stack of anything because
of the splat.
The splat is absolutely. And this one, forget it. It's probably still alive.
Yeah, and now it's angry.
And now it's fucking mad. Yeah.
But I really liked Mulder considering, like, are we the end of our evolutionary chain, and will the next evolutionary leap come from something that we create doing something on its own? But it felt particularly worth considering / scary to consider at this exact moment in human civilization.
Yeah, it seems believable. I'd buy it. It seems at this point, it seems like the more we evolve, the worse we get. Like we've gone over.
Yeah, we're just backsliding.
Yeah, like it just now it's just getting like it was like better, and then somewhere in the recent history of evolution, we just, like when I learned that very recently that babies are born at 9 months only because our fucking brains got too big, and so our heads got too big, and so we have to come out sooner than we're even supposed. But whenever that happened, it was starting to go south. I just feel like, I don't know that I necessarily consent to wherever the robots may take us, but I also don't consent to where we are taking us. So let's see. Let's not see. Actually, we're old enough to probably not have to see.
Yeah.
Aldrich, Sal, if you're listening to this, we are so sorry. And we love you.
Good luck. Well, did we do it?
We did.
Incredible. Man, what an episode of television. I had a blast. Kristin, I'm so happy that you got your first official hell yeah rating. Can't wait to see what's next. Until then, I'm Jenny Owen Youngs. And when I'm not watching the X-Files or Buffy or Xena Warrior Princess, I'm usually making music. You can find my songs wherever you stream music, and you can come see me play live in the coming months. I'll be in Portsmouth, New Hampshire in August. I'll be up and down the East Coast and over through Pittsburgh, Detroit-ish, and Chicago in the fall. And would love to see you out there. You can find all the info at jennyowenyoungs.com.
I'm Kristin Russo, and when I'm not looking up facts about cockroaches or talking about television with Jenny Owen Youngs, I am usually working with and for LGBTQ plus communities. I have a queer horror movie club. Jenny, I've heard rumor that Jennifer's Body is getting not a remake, but a sequel, I believe, that Megan Fox is signed on and Amanda Seyfried is close to confirmed as well. So I say that because queer horror movie watches began. The very first thing we watched together was Jennifer's Body. So I'm pretty excited about this news.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I also have a little queer book club that I run alternating with the book club we have here at Buffering the Vampire Slayer. You can learn more about me and my work at KristinNoline.com.
You can also learn about us by reading our little book. We wrote it by taking our little notes. And that book is called Slayers, Every One of Us. You can find it wherever books are sold corporeally or digitally, or where audiobooks are streamable or downloadable. Okay? We read our own audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
We have voices. This episode was produced by Kristin Russo, Jenny Owen Youngs, and LaToya Ferguson with support from our consultant, Mackenzie McDade. It was edited by Mac Kellerman. Until next time, the status of this X-File is suffering from delusions that insects are infesting its epidermis.
I mean, they're not delusions. He uses the actual case file to smash that cockroach at the end.
Do you love Disney? Do you love top 10 lists? Then you're going to love our podcast, Disney Countdown. Hi, I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And Biscuits, I'm Jeremy, aka Jarendell, and we are the hosts of the hit Disney podcast, Disney Countdown.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. The parks, the movies, the music, the food, the lore. There is nothing we don't cover on our show, right, Jeremy?
Ooh, girl, you know we are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you are looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Life moves too fast. Scrolling, swiping, headlines, sound bites. Nobody's really seen. Even the people everyone thinks they know. I'm Evelyn. I'm a television producer and director, and I've spent decades behind the camera creating shows with people everyone knows. On the podcast Reppin', I sit down with actors, creators, and changemakers to hear their full story. The risks they took, the moments everything almost fell apart, and the lessons they live by. These are real conversations, no headlines and no sound bites. Just stories that show the human behind the success and gives you insights you can actually use in your own life. Every conversation is jam-packed with inspiration and practical lessons. Reppin' is about courage. It's about grit. It's about being human first. Listen to Reppin' wherever you get your podcasts.